Hey, Matt Mathersum here with Matt Madness. Thank you so much for joining us and being a part of the program today. We really, truly do appreciate you guys being here. Paws Saving Paws. You've heard me speak about these guys. Wonderful, wonderful organization out of San Antonio, rescuing shelter dogs, be it adoptions, fostering, transportation. These guys, they're in a bind and they need tons and tons of help. And that's why I'm reaching out to you. If you're in a position to help these guys, go over to Paws Saving Paws and contact them directly and see if you can facilitate any help they may need. You can also head over to my podcast on TikTok at That's My Dog. And if you're interested in being a guest on that, you can reach out to me directly there as well. And I am working with these guys. Obviously, we're all in this together, and hopefully you can join us in facilitating some rescue stories of your own. All right. Well, today is dedicated to our young viewer who is going into the 11th grade this school season and has asked me if I could do some pre-calculus videos. So this is dedicated to that individual. You know who you are. So thank you for being here today as well. All right. Well, continuing our discussion on functions, which I can't think of a better place for us to start when we're dealing with pre-calculus, because calculus essentially, just think about moving parts. That's just the best way I think about summing up calculus. It's just moving, okay? Remember this monstrosity of the expression that we talked about last time. We just utilized the vertical in order for us to shift up the Las Vegas mountain 3 units. I said we would be getting to the rest of this mess later. Well, today is later, and here's the rest of this mess that you and I are going to graph right now. Starting over here, remember our parent function. It's the parent function of all quadratics, x raised to the second power. How do we graph that? Well, you already know that. We've talked about that one a couple of times. We know our point of origin right here, our vertex. I want to say vortex. Our vertex is just simply that. That's our parabola. Very, very straightforward. Remember when I talked to you about the parentheses here, how they're evil, and they are evil? Well, here goes. X minus 1. I'm going to tell you that we are going to move this graph. This parabola is going to be moving, and it's going to move horizontally, obviously. Which way does this sucker go? I'm going to give you a minute, young squire, or whichever the case may be, squirette, to figure this one out, okay? You see the minus 1, so what are you thinking? Well, I can probably guarantee you're thinking the opposite, and it's probably wrong, and you're not the first one. We all start out this way. This x minus 1, I want you to think about these parentheses as a time machine. Our function, our value here is already being subtracted by 1. So we're already behind the ball, so to speak, by 1. So in order for us to make that up, we've got to shift the graph over 1. Positive, okay? So let's say that we start with our x minus 1. We're going to now make that here. That's going to be our new point of origin, our critical point now. The integrity of the parent function, x squared, same deal here. It's going to stay the same. We've just shifted it over 1 unit. And it just looks like this. That's all. Just shifted over 1 unit. We have to always, when you see this being subtracted, just think, I have to make up that time. I have to make up that time difference. And we do that by moving the graph over 1. When you see the negative 1, just know we have to do the complete antithesis of that, right? We move it over to the positive direction. The same would be applicable if this were a plus. We'd have to move it minus 1 to make up for that addition or subtraction to that function. Okay, well, going on over here, we still have the parent function, x being squared, but we've got some sort of vertical, right? This is our vertical component right here, plus v. This is our plus v part of the programming. So what's going on here? Well, we've already done the Las Vegas thing where we raised the mountains up 3 units, so we're just going to raise this graph up 4 units, aren't we? So starting the center of origin right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, that puts our critical point here, doesn't it? And gives us a parabola of this. All right. Well, last but not least, what are we dealing with here? Oh, we got a couple of things going on, don't we? Well, we know we're going to be going up. Actually, hold on. I made a mistake here, but instead of re-recording over this, I'm glad I did this because it's very easy to make these kinds of mistakes here. I just caught this. Okay. I said we've got to go over 1. I didn't do that here. Here's our 1 that we have to go over. And we've got to go up 4 on the vertical y-axis, don't we? So our new plot is going to be here. I'm glad I caught that before I left. Okay, and I apologize. My origin isn't exactly at the center here, but that's the general idea. Is we moved over 1 here on the x-axis, and we're 4 units up on the vertical axis. That's our 4. My apologies. Okay. Well, here, last but not least, finally, again, we're dealing with going up 4 on the y-axis, aren't we? But we also know that we have to go over 1. We're trying to make up for that time that we've already dealt with, that we discussed over here, right? Well, we also know that we've got a negative in front of this. So what's going to happen with this negative? Probably you have guessed right in this department, I would imagine. It's going to flip this parabola upside down. So first things first, our height. We know it's going to be 4. Let's go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's going to be right here. Now, I know I have to make up for the time here, so I'm going to move this over 1. It's not going to be here at our point of origin where it's 0, 0. It's going to be 1. Up 4. So now this is my new plot, my new critical point, isn't it? All right, so far so good. Well, now what? Well, I know that I've got a stretch going on, right? I've got a vertical stretch going on, but I know it's going down because of this negative. So our parabola is going to look like this now. A little messy, but you get the general idea, okay? When you see the negative in front of it, you're going to flip your parabola upside down. Well, these are 4 graphs that I hope you can obviously practice with on your own. Here is that expression that deals with a lot of this mess as well. Hopefully this will get you started in the right direction, and you and I will be doing pre-calculating, calculating. Well, you know what I'm trying to say. Seriously, thank you for being here, and I do appreciate your belief in me. I'm going to see you guys really, really soon.